In a dirty, dimly lit alleyway, a terrifying scene takes place. A scary man with a cruel smile stands over a crying woman who is lying on the ground. She is injured and terrified. The man laughs and says, "I am a bad guy. Your dad took our money, so nobody is going to help you." He grabs her shoulder tightly. "My friends are waiting for their turn, so let's get started," he sneers. The woman screams for help, but the alley is dark and empty. Nearby, two people see the attack and freeze. "What should we do? Should we call the police?" one asks nervously. The other man looks horrified and shakes his head. "Are you crazy? If we call the police, the gang will come after us for revenge." Too scared to help, they turn around and run away as fast as they can, leaving the woman alone with the gangsters. Just as the villain lunges at the woman again, a voice suddenly cuts through the noise. Excuse me, mister." The gangster stops and looks up in confusion. Standing there is a young student with a backpack. He looks calm and serious, staring down the two large men. The gangsters laugh at the boy. "Kid, this isn't a playground," one of the big men says, lifting a baseball bat onto his shoulder. "Get lost before you get hurt." The thug swings the bat to stare him. But in a flash, the student jumps into action. He leaps into the air and delivers a powerful kick to the thug's chest. The impact is huge, sending the giant man flying backward through the air. The hero drops from above and delivers a brutal kick to the other thug's face, smashing him into the wall. The rescued woman trembles and whispers, "Thank you." The remaining thug stumbles back up, wiping blood from his face. Realizing he is completely outmatched, he turns around and runs away in terror, heading straight for his gang's hideout to get back up. The hero doesn't stop. He calmly follows the fleeing thug into the building. The thug runs frantically down a hallway bathed in an eerie red light, screaming for his friends. He bursts into a large room packed with dangerous gangsters holding knives and pipes, thinking he is safe now that he is with his crew. The hero steps into the room right behind him. He halts in the middle of the floor, standing perfectly still as the army of enemies surrounds him. The thug points at him, shouting for the others to attack, but the hero isn't shaking with fear. He calmly adjusts his glasses and looks at the crowd of gangsters. A menacing smile spreads across his face. This is really exciting. The hero charges forward. Outside the building, the night is quiet, but inside, the air is filled with the loud screams of gangsters being beaten. Upstairs, the boss sits relaxing in his office with a cup of coffee, completely unaware of the chaos below. Thinking his men have captured the intruder, the boss calls out lazily, "Bring him in here." Suddenly, the office door explodes inward. One of his own men flies through the air and smashes into the desk. The boss jumps up, staring in shock. The hero steps through the doorway, looking terrifying in the red light. Behind him, the boss sees a pile of his defeated men lying unconscious on the floor. The boss falls out of his chair and crawls backward in fear. "What the hell happened?" he screams as the hero walks calmly toward him. Cornered and trembling, the boss yells, "Why? Why are you doing this to me?" The hero kicks the desk aside and leans down with a dark, scary expression. He gives a simple, petty answer. "You stepped on my foot." The boss stares at the bottom of the hero's shoe coming toward his face. "Wait!" he begs, but it is too late. With a massive bam, the hero kicks the boss violently in the face, sending him crashing through the glass window and out into the night. The screen goes black. The hero's voice narrates, "Why did I go so far? It all started 1 year ago." The scene cuts to a bright sunny day at a high school. On a bench, Hanel, wearing glasses, and his best friend Sing-ha are looking at a flyer. Hanel reads the flyer aloud. "Greatest Teenager Mixed Combat Tournament. Prize, 500 million won." He is skeptical. "Won't this just cause more violence?" he asks. Sing-ha shakes her head and explains the government's plan. To join, you can't fight outside the ring, so all the bullies are too busy training to pick on people now. Sing-ha playfully puts Hanel in a headlock, joking that she would join if girls were allowed. Honnold teases her to act more like a lady, and she raises a fist to hit him. Suddenly, a huge crowd of male students rushes past them like a stampede, completely ignoring the tournament news. What is going on? Honnold asks, confused. Singha sighs at his friend. Don't you check the news? She asks. She points to the cause of the commotion. Lee Haru, a stunningly beautiful transfer student walking through the crowd. She looks like a model, but her expression is ice cold. Honnold warns Hanu. She is arrogant. Every guy who tries to talk to her gets rejected. She just tells him to beat it. Honnold sits on the bench, blushing as he thinks about the beautiful new girl. Singha mocks him immediately. Stop dreaming, she laughs. Normal people like us are just background characters to her. Suddenly, a pair of legs stops right in front of them. Honnold looks up and sees Lee Haru standing there. He is so shocked that he tumbles off the bench, mumbling panicked apologies. But Haru isn't cold like the rumors say. She reaches out a hand to help him up and smiles warmly. I knew you went to this school, she said sweetly. Please take care of me from now on. Honnold and Singha are frozen in shock. Honnold takes her hand, completely mesmerized. However, the scene darkens ominously. The narrator's voice cuts in with a grim warning. My normal life ended right there. Starting from this point, my life became hell. Later at lunch, Honnold is eating alone when a student with a leg cast limps over. He looks pitiful. Sorry, can you do me a favor? The injured student asks. I brought food for some friends, but I can't walk well because of my leg. Can you deliver it for me? Honnold is cautious. He asks if he knows Tashik, a dangerous bully. The student shakes his head innocently, saying he is new and doesn't know anyone. Relieved, Honnold smiles and agrees to help, unaware that he is making a terrible mistake. In the classroom, the student on crutches looks at Honnold with big, sad eyes. I usually bring food to some kids, but I can't walk today. Can you do it for me just for once? Honnold, being kind-hearted, feels bad for him. Don't worry, I'll do it, he promises. He takes the money and sprints out of the room to help. As soon as Honnold disappears, the injured student's innocent face twists into a cruel smirk. The trap is set. Unaware of the danger, Honnold runs to the school store and buys a large bag of bread, feeling proud of his good deed. Honnold dashes across the courtyard and bumps into his friend Singha. I'm delivering food for Tashik's friends, he yells cheerfully, running past her. Singha's face turns pale at the name, but Honnold is already gone. He looks down at the crumpled note in his hand. It reads, Class 1-2, give to Kong Dae-chun. Honnold slides open the door to Class 1-2. Who is Dae-chun here? He asks with a bright smile, holding up the bread. But the room is dead silent. The students inside are bruised, beaten, and terrified. They stare at Honnold in shock, looking at him like he just walked into a grave. Honnold's smile fades as he senses the fear in the room. Am I in the wrong place? He stammers nervously. Suddenly, a massive shadow falls over him. A giant, muscular bully towers behind him, grinning menacingly. You're in the right place,